Congratulations! Your loan is conditionally approved. A SunWest loan originator is always on top of her approvals, no matter where she is. Break free with Morgan.
Welcome to The Interest. I'm Christine Stewart. There are several indications that the housing market will continue to remain difficult this year, and that means optimism for the mortgage industry rebound is fading. In fact, the MBA continues to drop its expectations for the mortgage market this year. The association's latest predictions say that we'll see just over $1.8 trillion in loans for 1 to 4 family units this year. That's down from the MBA's March forecast of nearly $1.85 trillion. The prediction has fallen each month this year. That's because the MBA still thinks that we're headed for a recession, with the economy shrinking by 1.2% this quarter. The MBA expects we'll be out of a recession by the fourth quarter, and its economists predict that we'll see $2.25 trillion in mortgage volume in 2024, roughly equal to what we saw last year. And one reason experts remain pessimistic is because single-family home prices have increased at an annual rate of 4.7% from the first quarter of 2022 to the first quarter of 2023. That's down from the previous quarter's revised annual growth rate of 8.6% on a quarterly basis. Home prices rose 1% in the first quarter of this year. A Fannie Mae economist says the fact that prices rose slightly in the first quarter is evidence of significant pent-up mortgage demand, despite ongoing affordability constraints. He also says the lack of housing supply will continue to keep home prices high, and interest rates will deter owners from listing their homes. After the break, an expert tells us how to stay ready for our next opportunity.
Tired of turndowns and wasting 25 basis points or more on slow and manual loan processing? Divorce your processor and break free with Morgan Chat AI. There are no bad deals or tough loans, only deserving families that need AI-driven fast and accurate service. We treat every client fairly and with empathy. AI that understands how you feel.
I am Morgan. I get you.
Welcome back. Many of us put off updating our resume until we have to. After all, what's the point if we're not looking for a job? But NMP staff writer Sarah Woloch talks with an expert about the need to keep those resumes fresh.
Unfortunately, we've seen businesses go through challenges. It might be a little bit more relevant to have an updated resume now.
Mortgage companies continue to look for ways to cut costs, and sometimes that means layoffs. NMP Magazine insider Erica LaCentra says you should always have your resume ready, and it's not just for job searches.
It can be good to just have that when referencing things like your accolades or what you've been able to accomplish or contributions you've made.
So just how often should you be updating your resume? Well, LaCentra says you should be doing it as often as you update your LinkedIn profile, if not more. That way, if you are applying for a new job, you only have to cater your resume to that role.
Plus, you can beat a lot of the other applicants for the same position.
But it's not enough to just add your new accomplishments and roles. You want your resume to show your qualifications without being too long. And one other piece of advice, be honest.
It is extremely easy to fact check someone's resume now. And
you can read more of LaCentra's advice in NMP Magazine, available now at nmpmag.com. For The Interest, I'm Sarah Woloch.
Thanks, Sarah. In other news, a dispute between a mortgage lender and a motorsports team is set for trial. If Equity Prime Mortgage and Jesse Iwuji Motorsports can't come to an agreement, the two sides will go to trial in February of next year. Iwuji Motorsports claims that Equity Prime stopped making payments on a $6 million sponsorship deal as mortgage volume tumbled. The team also claims that Equity Prime CEO Eddie Perez said the company was held up by a margin call. The company disputes the margin call and claims that Perez wanted to support a minority driver. Ahead of the trial, the two sides are scheduled to start mediation next week. Coming up, mortgage applications are headed back down.
Network with more than 2,000 attendees in Irvine for the California Mortgage Expo, May 3rd and 4th. From San Diego to LA to San Francisco, no one does it like we do. Sign up now at camortgageexpo.com.
Welcome back. Here's what else is interesting today. Mortgage applications decreased 8.8% from the previous week. Refinances are also down 6% from a week earlier. However, refinances are 56% lower than the same week 1 year ago. Purchase applications decreased 10% from a week earlier and are 36% lower than the same week 1 year ago. This comes after applications were up 5 of the last 6 weeks. For more on these and all of today's top stories, visit nationalmortgageprofessional.com.